So the greatest growth will always come on the other side of challenging your biggest fears. And that is not an easy thing to do, which is why in today's video we're going to talk about a few tips of how to just navigate addressing your weaknesses and the things that hold you back and challenging them and working through them in a manner that can open you up to the happiness that is always on the other side of getting over the things that hold you back. So for context, as someone who is reliably not only a very neurotic person, but certainly a nervous one and an anxious one, I decided 6 months ago that I was going to book myself in for a week of intensive silent meditation practice. And I'll be going on that retreat this time next week. And the reason why I decided to do that is because my greatest setback and my purest weakness has always been myself and my internal analysis of myself. My ego has reliably caused me a great deal of suffering in my time, as it does for a lot of us. And I decided that rather than letting that just continue to control me, I wanted to address that. And the most prevalent theme that pushed me to address that was an awareness of just how consistently my insecurities come up in everyday life. And for so many of us, that is exactly the case. The thing that you are trying to hide from comes up on a consistent basis, and we continually just retreat from it, and we find a way to work ourselves around things so we don't have to address our issues. Life will continue to throw in your direction the thing you are most afraid of, and it's useful to keep that in mind, and rather than be afraid of that, choose to address it. When you confront your weaknesses and you look at your insecurities and you look at the things that hold you back and you label them and you understand that the next step you need to take is to address it and to look it in the eye and do something about it, you take away all of the strength from the things that hold you back the most. And it goes without saying that if you continue to repeat that pattern throughout your life, you will be on for some fantastic things, my friend, because nothing will be able to hold you back. You'll be able to work through everything that comes your way, and life will throw some difficult things in your direction. All of the things that I have hidden from and tried to pretend don't exist and aren't within me have come up over the last 6 months, and being in a position now where I look to address that and I look to armor myself up for the next time that life throws something difficult in my direction, I feel a great deal of strength for that. Your strength comes from your weaknesses, and it is at the time in your life when you feel the most fragile and the most insecure that you can demonstrate the greatest level of strength. It is a misconception to presume that the people who are the strongest and are the most mentally competent don't feel weak, because they do. The very essence of strength is to engage with the things that you are most frightened of, most afraid of, and feel the greatest pushback from. I know that is very difficult to do, which is why I say work on the impulse and just continually try and engage that part of the mind that is impulsive towards making those decisions, because it is when we think too much about ourselves and our anxieties that we find a way out of good opportunities. If you feel a sense of fear arise within yourself, the first thing you have to learn to do is just engage that and go, right, I'm going to act now. And that is something I have always struggled with, and I find very difficult to do even now. It's not easy, but the more you do it, the better you get. Just be patient with yourself and practice the skill. The more times that you break the mold and you choose to address things in a manner that you're not used to doing, the more fluent you get at that and the more normal it becomes. So at some point you just have to call a spade and say, look, this is going to be difficult, but I'm going to do it anyway. And the more times you do that, the better you will get at it and happier you will be for it, I promise you, because there's a real pleasantly intoxicating feeling about actually challenging yourself with that and working through your weaknesses. It's important that you apply a healthy dosage of both tough love and genuine kindness to yourself when you choose to confront the things that are maybe traumas or weaknesses from the past or current things that you're dealing with, anxieties, all of these things. Approach that with an understanding that you need to push yourself into action. You can't let yourself hide behind excuses and reasons to get out of things, but also understand you're dealing with the most intimate and tender elements of yourself. And as a result of that, just keep in mind that if you have the mind to want to improve and to get over the things that hold you back, then you're doing that because you know it will bring a greater quality of life to yourself. And that is a gift to the future you that should come packaged with just a kindness. because life can be very difficult. And if you're choosing to put yourself through the adversity of challenging life itself, that's going to be a journey and it's going to be difficult, but you can do it. Because me, as someone who is very, very anxious and has always held myself back, have been able to demonstrate that to myself on a number of occasions over the last few years. And I'm certainly less of all the things I don't want to be than I once was. So with that being said, I hope this video helps, because I know from my own personal experiences just how frightened you can be of the world and how one can be of themselves. And with that known, I hope that this has just given you a bit of the initiative to pursue the version of yourself you're after. A lot of the things you want are on the other side of some difficult decisions and some scary moments. So approach that with understanding and kindness to yourself, but have that confidence that you can deal with it and you can push through, because you can. See you in a bit.